What is up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite post show. It is April 30th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Righteous Reg. Reg, how are you?
Your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. I'm great. Dynamite is over. It flew by. I don't know what we're going to talk about on this show, but I'm happy to be here. Denise Salcedo, my friend.
I know. I was thinking about this and I was like, we got a really good show today for Dynamite, but where do we begin? And I feel like I know exactly where we have to go into.
Where's that?
We are going to get a match between Hangman Page and Will Ospreay. Reg, people always talk about having to pick who their favorite children are and how hard that is. That is how I feel heading into this match. These are two guys that I'm a big fan of for totally different reasons. And I'm looking at this and I'm ready for a roller coaster of a ride. I'm ready to see Will Ospreay catapult himself into that AEW World Championship picture. And I'm going to be telling the cold, hard truth right now, though. I wish that Hangman versus Will was happening at All In and not Double or Nothing.
For the championship.
Think this is a bigger matchup, these two guys, than what we're going to end up getting, which is Will and John at All In.
Yeah, that's kind of the only unfortunate bit I think of this. It's like, this isn't the end all be all for the championship, because these are two guys, I think, when everyone has been talking about Moxley and what's next for the AEW World Championship, the two names that came up the most are Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page. Those are the guys that are just like right there on the cusp, two baby faces that are kind of ready to be in this place. We've been talking since there were teases of Will Ospreay coming into AEW. Like, that guy has to be AEW champion pretty immediately. I'm still on the like, they should have gave it to him as soon as he walked in the door type shit. Like, I understand why they did what they did, but we always had to end up here. Hangman has been gaining and gaining and gaining every week, more fanfare, more people, more everything to enhance his resume of becoming AEW World Champion. He has so many tremendous, amazing matches, but beyond that, he's done so many amazing promos and angles and backstage things to get people on his side. This is a collision course with two of the best wrestlers in AEW. We're primed for match of the year type showing. But yeah, I think that's the really only unfortunate thing is this is just to determine who wins the Owen, and this isn't to determine who the next AEW champion is. It kind of is, but it not directly.
Now that I think about it, it kind of feels backwards because Will Ospreay, you would think, would have won at an All-In at Wembley Stadium. And Hangman Page, you would imagine, would win at an All-In in Texas.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We're not matching here. And the other thing that I was thinking about, like, at least for me, is that I feel with Hangman and Will, there's going to be people that are kind of torn. There's going to be people like being, damn, I'm rooting for Hangman or I'm rooting for Will Ospreay. Versus once we get to Jon Moxley, let's say it's Jon Moxley and Hangman, right? Or Jon Moxley and Will. Instead, it's going to be, damn, I can't wait for Hangman to defeat John, or dang, I can't wait for Will Ospreay to defeat John. Like, we're just ready for a brand new AEW World Champion. Whereas with this one, you're going to have people on both sides of who's in the ring.
This is pretty interesting, I think, Denise, just because of where both of these guys are. For the story of what the Death Riders have been doing and saying and what's happened in the last 2 or 3 months, it actually would kind of make more sense for Hangman Adam Page to be in the match. I think with like the stuff that happened at the end of Revolution, the stuff that happened in the last couple of weeks that he was actually involved in, because Ospreay's kind of been over there, Denise. Like, he's been killing it, having amazing matches, and he's been preparing to get to the spot, but he hasn't been like in direct line for the Death Riders like Hangman has been. So I'm like, is there a world where Hangman Adam Page actually wins the Owen Hart tournament? Because someone had mentioned this is the second finals he's going to be in. It's the second time he's been to the big dance. And like, do you want that guy to go in 2 years in a row and lose, Denise?
It's a really good question, Reg. I'm thinking about it. I don't want, here's the thing. I don't want Hangman to lose 2 times in this Owen Hart, right? Cup tournament. But at the same time, it's been so written in the walls that Will Ospreay needs to be AEW World Champion.
Yes.
But here's the thing. if they were to surprise us and go a different direction with Hangman winning, I would not be upset about it. And I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
One, it matches with the all-in theme for
the all-in theme.
That's one thing. But two, Will Ospreay is my favorite wrestler right now. Like, he just is. He's my favorite person on AEW. He's my favorite person across the board. When he wins the AEW World Championship, I kind of want it to be against somebody different in a match that I, really expected to be like, holy dang, kind of like the performances that he's put on with Brian.
Like the match that's going to happen after Hangman.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what kind of match I'm talking about. Like that Will Ospreay match that gets us, the stuff he did with Pac, the stuff he did with Konosuke Takeshita, Bryan Danielson, those kind of Swerve, those kinds of matches.
Epics.
And here's the thing. Will doesn't have bad matches. He's going to go out there and he's probably going to give Jon Moxley.
It's not going to be a bad match.
Of all time. It's not going to be a bad match. But I don't think it's going to be that match. The one that gains him the AEW World Championship. That kind of caliber.
That's pretty fair.
Part of me is thinking, well, if we pushed it a little bit, I don't hate that. For example, we got Forbidden Door coming up. That's going to be in London. What if we do get, Hangman wins this and takes it to All In and wins at All In. And then after that, maybe we run back Hangman and Ospreay over at Forbidden Door. Actually, Forbidden Door, got to put in somebody else. Whatever. We can do it. It's wrestling. Do whatever we want. They could do Hangman and Ospreay at Forbidden Door if they wanted to.
They could. That is a potential way for them to go. It's set up there. They're going to be in a prime spot with Hangman, with Ospreay and that Forbidden Door show. I'm on the fence still. After hearing all that, I'm like, there's no way they can.
I'm still thinking
not
it's
going to win
all
this,
the way.
right? Yeah, I'm like, there's no way he's not going to win this tournament and not going to go on to defeat Jon Moxley. Like, that should be the story. We talked a lot about different contenders. They got Samoa Joe in there now. Swerve was in there for a minute, but like, it's Ospreay. Like Denise says, every time this guy has a match, every time he's featured, that's the guy. So I'm like, there's no denying it. You got to do it.
But then we were also talking about how Hangman really needs another go at this title. And I think he does, man. The work that he's doing, it's just too good. I feel like if anything, like I always liked Hangman. I was always a Hangman fan. But now I'm like a Hangman fan. You know what I'm saying? Like it just hits harder. All right. Like I'm a bigger fan than I was yesterday. And I feel like that's because of what he's been doing. This angry heel Hangman has just been really, really enjoyable to see. And so I feel like this is a more mature Hangman too.
It is. It feels like he's a different character. He's still the same. Mature is a great way to describe it, Denise, because it's like all the things we've ever loved about Hangman, but like centered and different. And he's looking at life different. He's moving through this AEW landscape with a more mature sense, and you can feel
burning people's houses down. It's very mature.
I mean, that's a way to humble yourself and get back to reality. I think he was probably like, oh shit, that's crazy. I should probably not do things like that. But he is moving with a more like adult style, just like even his style in his matches and his demeanor, all of that feels more mature, and it's just really fucking working for him. And that's a big part of the reason why I'm like, it could also be Hangman, though. He has a lot of momentum right now. The fans are super on his side right now. And I think he's going to get to it regardless, but it's a perfect blend with the all-in theme. It's Texas. It's going to be super hot by then. Like, it's not the worst idea in the world to have him also in the running.
Right. So I don't know if this is as clear cut as we think it is, or they have a really good opening to do something different if they wanted to.
I like this. I'm happy that it's not just like we know the winner. We know what's going to happen here. Like, I still think at the bottom of my heart, if I had to put money on the line, I'm putting it on Ospreay. But there is a chance that before we get to All In, things could change.
Well, they're definitely not going to change at Beach Break. I'll tell you that much. We're getting a steel cage match with Samoa Joe and Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. And it was very cute of commentary to be like, a new champion can be crowned. I was like, yo, suck it. Don't be lying to me. I know exactly what's going to go down here. And it ain't going to be a brand new champion.
Well, you don't know, Denise. We could.
Girl, get out of here.
I know. I just want it to be Samoa Joe.
My mother knows. knows, your mother knows, and everybody person's mother in this chat knows too.
Yeah, everybody's moms knows what's going to be the end of this. I mean, Samoa Joe is just so perfect in this spot. I think every time that he does promos, he just gets you to bite on everything that he's saying and believe that he could really do this. Like, he's one of the most believable wrestlers that exists just because his promo style. And then you see him in the ring and like, oh yeah, this guy can really do what he says he's going to do. So there's always that in the back of my mind. Like, if anybody were to do a flash, we weren't unexpected win, Samoa Joe could be it, but he's not at all.
No, definitely no. It is what it is, but that's where we're at. At least we should hopefully get a good, nice little violent match out of it.
Still cage.
Jon Moxley likes to get down. Samoa Joe likes to hit hard. I mean, come on, that shouldn't be too bad.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be violent. It's going to be fun. I think the next 2 weeks leading into it, we're going to get some good work, but we know what the result is.
But with that being said, though, before I skip past this, though, Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher, though, I know we mentioned the winner, but we didn't speak about the match itself. Dude, at one point, Kyle Fletcher gets thrown into the barricade, and he gets like this really nasty, like dented gash in his back, man. Like, you could see the hole. I feel like I could put my fingers in it, bro, because he was just like gushing blood. It was disgusting. But he continued on through the match. He almost seemed like he didn't even notice it was there, to be honest. He just kept moving on through. And what we ended up getting, though, was a really good matchup with both of these guys. What was it? A Deadeye on the ring apron. There was a two buckshot lariats at the end to close off Kyle Fletcher. They really went here and they brought it, man. Earlier in the night, I was joking about how the Don Callis family should be the Denise family just because they have all my favorite wrestlers in it. Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and Kyle Fletcher. But man, when I tell you that these are the guys that are going to be putting on your favorite wrestling matches on AEW TV, these are the guys that are going to be putting on your favorite AEW matches.
Yeah, because these are all the oppositions that we're going to see, Denise. The biggest, the top heels of this company that you're going to continuously see trying to stop some babyface's momentum. We're always going to see these guys involved. Kyle Fletcher has that confidence now, Denise, that he knows, like, okay, I earned this spot. I had this shit with Ospreay. Now I have to walk around like a big star. Then everybody else is going to think I'm a big star. That's the vibe that I get from him. Every time I see him, I'm like, damn, Kyle Fletcher is a big star because he's put it in my head with great matches, with charisma, with the great look. Like he tells me continuously that he's a big star. And now I'm convinced. The gear looks awesome. The way that he is so confident standing next to Don Callis, I think is awesome. But then he gets in the ring and he feels like a veteran. Like, Kyle Fletcher now compared to Kyle Fletcher a year ago, completely different people. Like, he's in control of a lot of the matches. He feels like he's the veteran when he's against guys that have been in there longer than him. The way that he works, he's continuously trying to take guys' heads off, doing stuff to get our brains to be like, what's that? Like, new innovative spots. As a heel, being able to still have great moves and things that get cheered, but still get the heat just because he's so good at that was amazing. Hangman here, like we're talking about with the maturity and the way that he works the match, and he's just a lot of more methodical, just attacking the guy, being slow with them, just figuring out what his opponent is before finishing him off, getting into that closing stretch. That dead eye on the apron was awesome, but the ending buckshot flipping off of the turnbuckle and hitting it and then going right to the outside, amazing work. Hangman Page is primed for so many things. If he doesn't win this match at Double or Nothing against Ospreay, it has to be something else, Denise. Like, we need some other big thing for him to follow up with because he's earned a spot. Got to get him back in with Swerve. I mean, I guess there is that thing looming of him and Swerve versus the Young Bucks. They're still kind of slowly setting this up.
I think he needs something new, though. I really do think. Like, because I was thinking, like, okay,
you think we should get him away from Swerve?
Right. If it's not Swerve, I'm not saying like, oh, get away from it and like never touch it ever. No, I'm not saying that. I just need a little bit more time to go by before we resurface that. Because even then I was thinking like, okay, Kenny Omega. And we know that him and Kenny have had a long history in AEW, but it's been a while since we've gotten back to that. I don't think that should be it either. So
Ricochet.
remember they teased Okada.
Okada. Yeah, they did tease
They
that.
had that tease. So Okada, I think, could be an
Oh,
option.
yeah, going into, because they're going to need something big for Okada going into All In and Kenny Omega, and that's pretty big.
Right. So
Mhm.
maybe it could be Hangman.
Mhm.
And I'm just trying to think like who else, what else. I do like Ricochet and Hangman for like a, quick little thing. I think that could be fun because they both got attitude, and I feel like Ricochet's annoying attitude would get on like the way he acts would get on Hangman Page's nerves, and he would
Yeah.
burn his scissors for sure.
I
Burn
feel
those
like
scissors.
their little interactions would be pretty good because he's going to be annoying. Ricochet's going to be annoying Hangman so often that's going to get Hangman off of his game, and I think that's going to create some really good TV. Hangman has a bunch of options because of who he is and his place in the company of like you can get a good feud out of him without there being a championship involved. So I think there's some places for him to go.
Yup, exactly that. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of these super chats and see what the people want to talk about. We got Larice Johnson here who says, "What's up, Denise and Reg? How are you?"
What's up, Larice?
I'm doing good. It's a Wednesday. Wednesday nights are always my favorite because it's super chill. We just come out and watch wrestling. Like it's not that hard, so I enjoy myself.
Yes, I'm having a good one, Larice. I thought it was super fun, of course, doing the watch along, and it's just been a pretty good Wednesday here.
We got David Primero here who says it will be Hangman versus Moxley, Ospreay versus Fletcher too. I don't think they're gonna run back Ospreay and Fletcher. I don't feel like they've really teased that, have they? I don't feel like they have.
No, I don't think that they're gonna. I think Fletcher would have won this match if they were gonna run that back. Like I don't think they're gonna get to that again. They're gonna get back to it, but not this soon.
No, I feel coming off of their Revolution match, I don't feel like you should try to have another matchup soon because they I mean, come on, Spanish Fly off the top of the cage.
That was a chapter ending match right there. And on to the next time, and it hasn't been long enough to get back to it.
Right. We got Christopher Marino here who says, "You guys funny thinking Mox is losing at All In." God,
Chris.
imagine.
Chris.
No.
Stop
okay.
it.
If Mox wins at All In, I'm taking 1 week off from Dynamite. In protest. In mother effing protest, Reg.
I'm trying to think if there's a world where that happens.
Are you going to protest with me?
It's not a full year because he won it at Wrestle Dream, which means
my God, Wrestle Dream feels like 50 years ago.
It feels like a million years ago, but that's the year. So when it gets to All In, it won't be a complete year, which means but it's been
that long
Denise,
since Wrestle Dream.
They cannot, though. They can't. There's no way. They might, though. Chris is not that far off because they are on this like, what you guys think we're changing and we want to fuck with you, and they could do that.
No, buddy.
They better not.
No.
They can't do that,
not.
but they could do that.
I will. Okay, if we're watching, because I'm going to do a all-in watch along. I'm assuming you're going to be on the all-in watch along too, Reg. I'm not sure what your plans are. Okay, regardless, if we're doing a watch along, I'm just going to be like, click and bye.
It's over. It's
over. It's over. I'm done. I'm going to take a 1 week break, and then I'll come back afterwards. And
I don't think they will, Denise, but you never know, dude.
This is not one of those times, TK.
Not one of those times. They are? This is going to sound crazy as hell. Still waiting for Darby. What if they really are?
No, they're not.
You never know.
No,
they could be.
No,
what if they are?
No, they're not.
What if they are?
But they're not, Reg.
They shouldn't be, but what if they are? There's a world where they're like, Darby could be the one still.
I don't think so.
There shouldn't be at all. Do not think this. Anybody in AEW. That's a crazy way to think, but there is a world.
Right. No, I think if Darby gets the championship, it'll probably be in one of those like Seattle shows. They usually go to Seattle, usually at the end of the year, like Wrestle Dream and stuff. Yeah, Wrestle Dream. Do they always do Wrestle Dream in Seattle? They do, huh?
This is the second year.
Yes.
Oh, the second one was the first. Yeah, they're in the Washington area.
Right. Okay.
I think the first one was in
Tacoma. Yeah, Tacoma. All right. That's what I was trying to think of. So maybe Wrestle Dream 2020. No, not
5. This one when John Moxley is still the champion. This one.
You want to give me a heart attack, Reg?
That's crazy. There is a world though. Chris isn't very far off, dude. I think there is they're gonna we could do that. We could continue this and fuck with everybody.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh man. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Uncle Donk here who says, what's gonna happen to Maxwell when Cedric joins Hurt Syndicate? Will Mox be shooting another movie? Or sorry, will Max be shooting another movie?
No, I think he's gonna try to get
I don't know.
involved with it. Like I think the he's gonna try to stop it, or maybe this is all catalyst to get Cedric in there. I don't think this is another write-off thing. I think this is like a feud to this is feud, and then he'll start another one when he's done here.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Uncle Donk. We got Dice Trick Fajal here who says, Francis, who says MGF will hurt Hanger and cost him the tournament. We had somebody else suggest that in the actual watch along. I still don't think they should do that, only because I feel like the Owen needs to win with prestige. Like, this is to, show some love and appreciation to Owen Hart, and you do that by, I think, doing some straight wrestling.
Yes, I think that's the only thing that's kind of holding back that what people are thinking is like they want to have just a straight up one-on-one match. Who's the best wrestler, not who got screwed,
Right. We got David Primero here who says, what happens to other women if Mercedes wins the Owen Cup and takes the title from Storm? I feel it should be Monet versus Athena, Storm, and Hayter at All In. She's gonna win the Owen, guys. I've been saying this from the beginning. She's winning the Owen. She's taking the title from Toni Storm, and that's where we're at because they paid Mercedes Moné big money, and I feel that AEW wants to cash in on that.
So she's gonna win the TBS championship. I mean, she's gonna win the AEW Women's World Championship, and somebody else will have the TBS championship. That's what the other woman. That's what's gonna happen.
Right, but I hope I hope whoever takes the title off of Mercedes, though,
Willow,
that's like a big moment too, and it should be Willow. By the way, where is Willow?
Somewhere.
Yeah, we need Willow.
I thought she was going to be beating her at Double or Nothing this year, but they changed plans. But yeah, Mercedes, You guys temper your expectations and leave them where they're going to be because Mercedes is winning at Double or Nothing.
We had Toni Storm and Mayu Yamashita today in a matchup that was very entertaining with Mayu. My favorite part was when she started rubbing Toni's butt and then just started kicking her.
That would be your favorite part, you gross person.
And then Luther came in and he was like, there now. And I was like, bro, Luther, step away from Toni Storm. But no, she did look good in this matchup. It was fun, a totally different type of a match than we're used to seeing for Toni Storm. So I did appreciate that. We had a sit down with Mercedes Moné because she's going to go into the match with Jamie Hayter to determine who will face Toni Storm at All In. And they had the moment was interesting because Mercedes went out there and it was between her and Toni, and then Jamie followed after, and that was between Jamie and Mercedes. Like, there was really no vibes between Jamie and Toni. And this is the second time now that we've seen Mercedes and Toni.
I guess I didn't really notice that. Yeah, it was like when Mercedes had came out to confront Toni, it was like they were having the stare down. And then Jamie came out and started fighting with Mercedes, but it didn't really feel like the focus was on Jamie and Toni the way that it is on Toni and Mercedes, which might feel like writing on the wall for people. It totally is. But the matches are going to be amazing and everything's going to be fine. I think that this match was awesome tonight with Toni and Mayu. Not a long one, but like just enough time. They showed a video package for you video package miscreants out there that complain about people being on TV, even though she's been on AEW TV before. But it's fine. They led you into it. She did exactly what Mayu does. She came in there with some great strikes, a lot of kicks, some kicks to the butt, establish who she is. Toni Storm, I think, somebody was like, Toni Storm's been featured pretty often. She's on almost every show. They announced another eliminator with her for this week on Collision. Her being so prominent on almost every show and them being like, this is the main woman or one of the main women of our show. We have faith in her. We want her to be featured. I think is awesome. Her just continuously being in matches, I think is super important because there's so many people that become champions and then they're just doing promos or avoiding being in the ring and defending their championship. And Toni Storm, every step of the way, has been in the ring, active, being a real champion. And I think doing more stuff like this is awesome. Mayu was incredible in this. I love that match.
Yeah, it was good stuff. The hip attack that she actually got her whole face in, I thought that was pretty sick too. Thank you, David.
Yep.
We got the J. Paul RO who says, y'all should fly out from Tijuana. I saved a few $100s instead of flying out from LAX. Denise, I don't want churros, so where can I eat? All right, first of all, Hollywood Salcedo flies from LAX. All right.
Yes,
I'm
Hollywood.
Like that. I fly from LAX. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
What was the other thing? Oh yeah. Actually, so across the street, J Paul, if you're going to the show, legit across the street from Arena Mexico, they're directly like it's the front door. You cross the street like 20 steps. There's a taco spot right there. I've eaten there twice now on 2 different trips and have not gotten sick. So that taco spot, I would
That's
say.
what I was asking you
clear.
earlier. How the heck did we get here now? You said no tacos.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm still not going to eat them, though. I don't want to risk it.
Not even those?
Not even those, even though I've eaten there twice already.
Well, I'm going to eat those. Right.
Okay, well, eat those. Directly across the street from Arena Mexico. Right across. It's the first place you see.
Tacos, maybe.
Oh, man. Thank you, J. Paul. We got Mr. Wax here who says, first AEW Dynamite live, and it was a banger. 8-man tag. Toni and Hangman versus Kyle were amazing. The crowd seemed hot and hope it showed on TV. Mr. Wax, thank you, first of all, for sending in the super chat. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed yourself at the show. I was telling Reg during the watch along that I thought the show flew by. So, like, even though there's not that much news coming out of the show, it was still an enjoyable show that flew by. And we had a lot of good wrestling matches, like you mentioned. That 8-man tag, which one of the things that I enjoyed from that was I primarily caught the latter ends because I was having technical difficulties at the start of the match. But towards the end, though, the thing that I liked about it was every time I thought that I could predict what they were going to go into next, they always went in another different direction. So they kept this springy. They kept this fresh. They kept this with you not expecting what was coming next. And I think that's what makes it enjoyable.
That's what's been enjoyable for the last couple of weeks is it's been fast. It's been in your face. All the segments have just been hitting really hard, and it doesn't seem like a long ass show, but them getting into the smaller venues and having these hotter crowds have helped a lot too. Like the presentation of the show and how they've been featured these last couple of weeks have enhanced everything. The smaller arenas get the crowds to be hotter. They've been in some wrestling towns too, so it's all helped. Like they've been on a really good streak of wrestling, and I'm happy that the homie Mr. Wax got to see that today.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Wax, and I hope you continue to enjoy the rest of your night. We got Howie Potter here who says, Monet gonna win all the belts. I'm not a hater.
Yes,
I think she is. I think she is.
All
I think that's what they want. They want that visual of Mercedes with all of the belts.
Of all time. I'm still
not going to get into this with you, Reg.
Of all time. Think of your favorite, and she's better than that. Of all time.
Not better than Bianca Belair.
Yes, she is. Doc, bring up the numbers, and she don't have the numbers. Come on.
I'm sorry. Who was just a part of a 5-star match?
There's 2 other people. There's 3 people. She needed 3 people to have a.
It don't matter. She was Reg, Bianca.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All
she's
right.
the EST.
All right. No, she's really good. Bianca's amazing. Well deserved with that 5-star too.
Yeah. We got Howie Potter here who says, I feel like the Ring of Honor TV title match ended suddenly. It was a very, very quick one. Nick Wayne got the win over on Jay Lethal. Honestly, I think this was just fun to get Nick Wayne on an actual matchup right before he bounces for a bit. I feel like I was expecting to see a lot more of Nick Wayne matches when he first signed on to AEW, but he's pretty much been a background act for Christian for the most part. So I think that him going over to do the Super Juniors tournament is going to possibly the best thing that can happen to him because he'll be working.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Wayne's super young, dude. He needs to continue to develop. He needs to do more things like this. We don't need to see him super featured on AEW TV right now because he has a long road ahead of him, a long future. Super happy to see him in the Best of Super Juniors, like one of the best junior heavyweight, cruiserweight style tournaments there are in the world. We're going to see a lot of amazing matches. I didn't really expect this match to go that long. They announced it on the show, Jay Lethal. It's just great to see these guys be able to be featured on the TV show, but I didn't expect them to have like this 20-minute match. I think it's super cool that Nick Wayne's going to take the belt to New Japan too and showcase that. Hopefully there's something for ROH. He's not going to be on ROH, but the ROH name's going to be there, so that's cool.
ROH is still a thing?
Oh, my God.
I did that just to trigger you.
Christ. Stop it. Yes, it is.
No, for real. Is there anything like really hot and moving over there? Oh,
There's fun
dang.
matches on the show, but like I don't know if anybody cares. I don't even know if the people that are making the show care.
Damn. All right.
I'm
Mr.
curious.
Wax says, Reg, we did get a Nick's mom chance going for you. Hey!
I got to participate. I love that that's becoming a thing. I got to participate in one WrestleMania weekend. Where's your mom or something like that? And I was like, this is amazing. This is great. I love that Nick plays along with it too, because that has to be pretty crazy of people being like, where's your mom at?
I would hate that. Like if I were
so much.
It doesn't matter. Like, can you? Because on top of that, how old is Nick Wayne now? Does he still need his mom to check him into hotels?
No, I think he's 20 now at this point.
No, bro, he's 19.
Oh, is he? Damn. Yeah,
he's 19,
still young.
so he still needs his mom to like check him into hotels and shit.
Yes, damn, that's crazy. And everybody's thirsting over her while they're getting checked in, like me.
I'd be like kind of scared, thinking like, is this guy really my friend, or is he just trying to get close to my mom? Think about that.
Too. Yeah, you're right.
Let's say you have that one friend who's always hanging out with you and your mom, traveling across the world with you. You can be like, do you really want to be my friend, or are you here for my mom?
Are we friends or are you friends?
Yeah.
No, I would think that I wouldn't like anybody that came around.
Who's the third wheel here?
But he got it all figured out. Shout out to homie
funny.
Nick Wayne.
Thank you, Mr. Wax. So funny. All right. With that being said, let's keep the everything moving. Let's see how we got it into. The Ops defeated Mayu Hawkins, Rhett Titus, and Nick Camarado. Pretty quick match. Powerhouse Hobbs got the win for his team. We got to see Nick Camarado. Dude is looking jacked.
Dude, Nick Camarado's a fucking monster. Like, he's always been like a big guy, but it looks like he's been in the gym eating humans or something. I don't know. He looks like a fucking beast. Like Denise said, he looks like the Incredible Hulk. Like, he looked crazy on the show. But it was just like an Ops showcase. Still got the funniest song in all of wrestling, the Ops theme song, which is like feels like a stock beat that was whatever. Just funny stuff to me. Seeing the big homie out there, still great. Like you're saying, Denise, how does he always end up in a group? Still haven't figured it out. He just always is good to be inserted in a place, no matter what, just because of the gravitas that he has with the fans, and they just want to see him on TV. So I think AEW is like, we can insert Hobbs. Like if they have a problem, like Hobbs to do it just because he always works out, and he does always work out. So it's great to see him get the victory today. Great to see Shibata in there tearing fools up. Samoa Joe's heated promo afterwards was awesome. I like this pairing. I think they're cool.
Yeah. We got Uncle Donk here who says Toni's the best full package wrestler. No one can touch her in promos. She's got a great sense of humor and has in-ring bangers at the time. No one comes close. I love Toni Storm. I'm a big fan of Toni Storm, but I'm still a bigger fan of Bianca Belair.
Oh, well, here she goes. We're talking about AEW. Leave her out of here.
Are you a bigger fan of Mercedes Moné than you are Toni Storm?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, then why can't you say that? Everybody's got their person that they stan, okay?
No, Toni's so good, though. Like, I would never want to say anything disparaging to her. Like, she's on every show, and she's in these positions for a reason, dude. She's so good.
I want to see her and Bailey, bro. Her and Bailey just, like, really go at it.
Bailey, where you at?
And with the character work of both of those girls, yo.
Maybe like a year and some change, like Bailey said.
Wow. Dang, man. All right. But no, seriously. Yeah. Toni Storm is awesome. Thank you so much, Uncle Donk. We got 2 links here who says AEW whiteboard, put the banger matches in the bag.
That's it.
Yeah, that's their whiteboard.
What do you want from us with this match? Just go out there and fucking kill it. And then that's what happens.
Right. Thank you so much. 2 links. We got Howie Potter here who says Ring of Honor is a thing and Bianca still better than Mercedes. Oh, Reg.
Y'all tripping. Y'all not gonna have me slander a black woman out there. I love Bianca. She's great.
This is gonna be our big heated debate for the rest of the years to come.
Bianca.
We should do that one day. Just pop up you with a Mercedes shirt and me with a Bianca shirt. Just go on a full on debate. Our debate is going to be so good. They're going to show it in college debate classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Let me start writing up my PowerPoint.
You ever take a debate class, Reg?
I did. I was a debate nerd in high school, actually.
Oh shit! What do you mean? Like you actually did the tournaments and shit?
Like I had to go. Yeah, I mean it was like in the thing. Yeah, it sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see Nerd Reg in the cards.
There was a couple of times where I went to school and they had something on my schedule and I didn't change it. Like I was in choir and like I didn't want to be in choir at all. And I was like on stage singing. Yeah. But it's like I just didn't get a change. Or like, this is your elective. I'm like, all right. And that's exactly how it happened. I'm like, what am I doing here? I guess I'm here. Let's do this. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Yeah.
How do you let this happen, Reg? I was on that shit. I'm like, if I don't want this class, I ain't taking this class.
Nope. I'd just be like, I guess this is my life, even though you can change it. I'm going to be in the fucking debate team for some reason. But
what if they would have put you like in drill or something?
It's kind of fun though, the debate thing. Cause like, I turned it into wrestling. Cause of course I was in wrestling. I did like it was like some wrestling thing. So, I mean, you'd learn that like, oh, it's not like, on the surface is like that's a nerdy ass thing debating, but like no, it's like arguing and trying to get a point across and learning shit,
Right. No, I actually like debate class. I always thought it was pretty fun.
Hated it. It sucks. It's the worst subject of all time.
Well, no, it's fun to watch other people debate. When you debate, that shit's terrifying.
When the teacher's like, "Can you write a 10-page debate?" and you're like, "No, I don't want to do that."
No, I like to watch other people debate. But once it's my turn, I get so nervous. I'm like, oh no. I got it's not that I don't know how to, it's more that you have to be quick at having a getting back at somebody when somebody brings up a good point. Yeah, rebuttal, exactly.
Because they're like, you got to go right now. And you're like, wait.
Right. If your ass gets stumped, you're done. You're cooked. Howie Potter, thank you. So you just got to be really prepared.
That's it.
We got Francis here who says Hobbs spine busted that guy like he owed him money. I love to see stuff like that.
I wouldn't want to take a spine buster from him. He's scary. He gets bigger every moment. There was only one person on this show that looks scarier than my big homie, and that was when Bobby Lashley had MJF in the corner and that vein was coming out of his head, and I was like, Bobby Lashley, if he like really gets mad and really wanted to kill somebody, no one could stop him. Like if he was like, I'm going to destroy somebody, like MVP and Shelton wouldn't be able to stop him, like for real, which is a crazy thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Francis. Also, with that being said, the Hurt Syndicate. Before we get into that, we got Anthony Giuliano here who says, I love me some Bianca.
She's so good.
She is. She's so good. But you know what? This is what I want to say at the end of this. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, damn it. She said this person's better than this person. But at the end of the day, that's what we do with the men. And it should be equal.
Wow, look at that. Damn, she got intense. That was real. No, we do. We compare there's not a man that wrestles that we don't compare him to. So it should be the same for women.
And the fact that we all have different favorites to me tells me, hey,
it's awesome
to pick from.
Yeah.
Imagine if we all had the same one woman.
That's so cool. It used to be Trish and Lita for across the board. Everybody, there was just 2 wrestlers. That's it. Now we can name fucking 30 to 40 amazing women. And that's great. And shout out to Trish and Lita. It was a reason that they were everybody's favorites because they're awesome.
With that being said, the Hurt Syndicate, they're out there. MJF is still trying to win him over. The last we saw was Bobby Lashley taking MJF's car last week. And so this week, MJF thinks he's finally going to get the thumbs up, but he doesn't. And he doesn't understand what he needs to do to Bobby Lashley or for Bobby Lashley. Gives them women, gives them cars and shit and gets some wins. None of that is what he wants. What MJF wants is for him to hurt people. So the question is, who is MJF going to hurt?
MJF started being real rude to old Bob.
Called him bald.
Yeah, called him bald. He didn't like any of his energy going out there. And then that's when Bobby Lashley snapped and that vein started to come out. Bob was like, you keep trying to give up presents and cars and all this shit. We're the Hurt Syndicate, dog. We want to see you hurt somebody. So that's why somebody earlier was saying that MJF could potentially interfere in the Hangman match, but maybe he'll get Hangman before that, or you know what I mean, like because we still got a couple weeks, almost a month until Double or Nothing, so maybe he'll get him before that. Maybe he'll establish this type of thing going into it, but I'm still loving everything with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. This was a shorter segment today, but it's still establishing. We're getting to the resolution here pretty soon, and I think everybody's having a really fun time. Bobby Lashley scared the shit out of me. What were we laughing about earlier? Oh, John. I was like, there's a funny part of the show.
Samoa Joe. That was Samoa Joe when he was talking about this upcoming match for the steel cage. He was like, John. I kid you not. John is now a thing.
Oh, man. That was so good. But yeah, Bobby Lashley and MJF, amazing. The John thing. Everything's awesome. Great.
All right. With that being said, we got Howie Potter here who says Bobby made MJF's life flash before his eyes. Yeah, bro was like, oh no.
And he's so fast. Like if MJF just say MJF ran, Bobby Lashley would catch him. That's how fast he's so fast.
Facts. All right, we got Anthony Giuliano here. It says, are you guys happy and surprised for Zelina Vega winning her first U.S. championship? Her first championship, excuse me, she deserves it. Yeah, I was very happy for her. It's always really nice to see people accomplish things that they want to accomplish. So yeah, Anthony, I was happy for Zelina. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's see. Do we got anything else to get into that we haven't spoken about?
Yeah, the first match, I think.
No, we talked about that already.
Did we? I didn't say anything about it.
Okay,
the
well then go
8-man
ahead.
tag?
Yeah, we talked about it.
What did you say about it?
Oh yeah, I was talking about how. What did you go off into? Because
I don't remember talking about it at all.
We talked about it, but go ahead, Reg. Take the floor.
When did we talk about this?
Remember
That's
when
crazy.
I said that the thing that I liked about this the most was that we were seeing them like I never expect what they're gonna do next.
Oh, that was that?
Yeah. What'd you think I was talking about?
I thought we were talking about a different match. I can't believe you just moved on. That's crazy. Unbelievable.
No, we were talking about this match, and then I gave you the floor, and then I don't know what you said.
I didn't think we were talking about this match. I don't know. I wasn't introed into this. I thought the match was awesome. Kenny Omega.
Look alive, Reg. You're on
I am
the
alive.
air.
That's so funny because Denise was doing her audio thing while the match is happening, and I'm the one that was lost.
I even said, oh, I missed the first half of this match because I was dealing with the audio issues. Were you not here? I don't know. This.
Where did I go? I left, but I am back. And
talk about this.
I don't know. I totally just zoned out and missed that segment. A great way to start the show. As somebody who has deemed himself PWG young boy, this was the most PWG coded match you can get. Like PWG is on national TV. As somebody that was in the Jewish Community Center, that was in Reseda, that was in some random armory in Burbank, California, I've been in a bunch of different venues that produce this type of wrestling. This was 100% end of the weekend Battle of Los Angeles. Throw all the guys in a match together and let them go 100 miles per hour. This was like 30 minutes of spot foo. Ricochet's doing shit. Speedball and Kevin Knight were awesome. Okada being a smug little asshole for most of it, flipping off Kenny Omega, getting him off of his game. Really great stuff. Young Bucks being back is the best part of all this. I love everybody in this match. They're some of my favorite wrestlers in the world. But the Young Bucks just in there doing their thing, being who I loved for so long, who brought me to AEW. There's nothing that's better than that. They can't be replicated. Best fucking tag team in the world. The Usos wish they could lace those boots up. This was just a fun showcase. Like I think we always need a 6-man, an 8-man, some kind of over the top multi-man, multi-women match in almost every AEW show, because that's just some of the best showcases for the roster.
Juan Gonzalez here says Reg got lost thinking about Nick Wayne's mom.
I know. I just was like, damn, what was Shayna wearing on this show? That's crazy.
We got 45R5K here who says, what's better lately, Raw or Dynamite? They're two totally different shows. I can't even compare them. Raw After Mania was very entertaining. I did have a good time with that. This week's Raw was also pretty good. But they're two totally different shows. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. I can't even compare them. They're apples and oranges to me.
I wouldn't know because I don't watch Raw.
You're just a hater. Hater.
Like, I'm so happy that I have a co-host on Saturdays that watches the show. Because if I will tell you guys on here, if Phil didn't watch WWE, we would not talk about WWE because I don't watch WWE. I watched WrestleMania because it was on.
Because you're a mark.
I would not have watched it if I wasn't sharing a room with Phil Lindsay.
Reg was like, I don't watch WWE, but I will tune into WrestleMania.
But what? What's the glamorous, the granddaddy of all them all? Start the show.
You're supposed to not watch WrestleMania if you don't watch WWE.
We have to talk about it, though. I have a fucking show.
Then you should watch every week then. Watch Raw and SmackDown.
Ew, disgusting. I would never. Ew.
We got Uncle Donk here with a very generous super chat. Uncle Donk, thank you so much.
You guys are just the greatest people, listeners, supporters, whatever you call it. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's every week. It's still so cool just you guys being here. And when you guys do stuff like that, it's even better. Thank you so much. You guys, you don't understand.
Thank you. And honestly, exactly what Reg said. Uncle Dong says, I'll extend an olive branch. Bianca's the most athletic, no doubt. No one can touch Mercedes in ring.
And you
Toni is the
spitting?
most, but Toni is the most well-rounded, and she there isn't there. Sorry. And there isn't a female wrestler who has attempted to do this gimmick. Toni is revolutionary, not Seth.
That's a fact. No, I think Mercedes. I pick Mercedes over Toni in the ring because I'm biased, but they're pretty neck and neck. But when it comes to mic skills, like Toni is, there's not a lot of people in the world better than Toni is. So you know what I mean?
I think mic skills wise, when I think about the top women with best mic skills, it's Toni, it's Becky Lynch. I'm trying to think who else cuts really good promos.
Those are the two top dogs right there. If you only gonna say two, is Toni and Becky for sure.
Yeah, and they're so different too. Like they don't cut the same kind of promos
at all.
Definitely not the same kind of promos. But I would say that just character wise, they're the best with character.
Yeah, like all around. I would tend to agree with Uncle Donk here. I think all around, I think Toni's probably the best women's wrestler, probably in the whole world. Like when you put all the stats together, like her stats are crazy.
Thank you so much, Uncle Donk, for your generous comment and for also extending an olive branch.
Thanks, Uncle Donk.
All right, and I think that's it, right? We covered everything for today.
We did.
We did it. All right,
we did
guys.
it.
Well, there you have it. Another AEW Dynamite in the books. And of course, we'll be back next week. I just want to let you guys all know that right now over on my Instagram account, I am doing a massive giveaway. I'm giving away 2-night combo tickets for SummerSlam. So if you guys want to go in there and check out the page, it's @ Denise Salcedo.
And you know how expensive those tickets are. You want to win
this. Please enter the giveaway. Please share it. You have no idea. Like the whole point of this is to grow my following on there. So if you can, throw this dog a bone, guys. Throw this dog a bone. Click that share button. Go there and please check it out and enter the giveaway because I'm trying to again grow the page. And if you haven't already, go to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook @ Denise Salcedo, all of that. And then here on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. I'm posting daily videos. I dropped one today talking about Seth Rollins' faction. If you guys want to check that out, but there is so much, guys. Like that's just what I posted today. There are so many new videos. If you haven't seen them, go take a look at them. So please do. Reg, what do you got going on?
Subscribe to my YouTube page too. You probably haven't. I'm trying to grow my brand also. All of my friends are like, more content, Reg, more. All right, I hear you. I'm there. I'm dropping some new raps. I just got booked for a show in May. I'm very excited about that. May's going to be super dope for Righteous Reg and the brand. So Righteous Reg, YouTube, righteousreg.bandcamp.com. Every Saturday is Grapsity. This Saturday is Grapsity. Every Wednesday, I'm here with Denise. And yeah, it's all love. You guys are so cool. Appreciate everybody that constantly supports any social media, real life, anything. Anytime you guys give it up, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everything. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone. Take care.